The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has flagged off the commercial operations train services in the state by riding on the maiden passenger operation of the Blue Line Rail from Marina Terminal to the Mile 2 station. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was the first passenger at the iconic Marina station of the Blue Line Rail, urges Lagosians to take ownership of the project and warned against pedestrian crossing of the rail tracks because they are electrified.
The Lagos Blue Line Rail, a 27-kilometer project kicked off over 10 decades ago by President Bola Tinubu during his administration as the governor of Lagos. Last year, the first phase was finally completed by the current governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and commissioned by former President Muhammadu Buhari in January 2023. Nine months later, the 13-kilometer Blue Line Rail designed to run from Marina to Mile 2 commenced operation after months of test drive with Lagos residents.
Dear passengers, we are now at Mile 2 station and we are heading back to Marina. Feel free to take photos and videos of this experience. Sit tight and enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu arrives at the Blue Line terminal to join other commuters on the first operation ride. The Blue Line is one of the 6 light rails under the State Rail Mass Transportation designed by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, and the payment process is done with a cowrie card, an automated fare collection system already in use in Lagos, as every passenger's access to the train. Governor Sanwo-Olu boarded the train en route to Mile 2 with visible excitement and speaks about the train service operation and the completion timeline for the Red Line.
Like I said, it's zoned into 2 zones, 2 different zones. We have zone 1 and zone 2. Okay.
I'm not only excited, everybody on this train is excited, you know, and this is promise made, promise kept, right? We said that we're going to start by the end of last quarter, right? But we also want it to coincide around our 100 days. So it's part of our 100-day celebration, because now we can start commercial operation, we can start real passenger operation, and you can see all of our citizens are on board with their cowrie cards. You know, we've been able to embark, right? We just left the National Arts Theatre station now. We're going to the Gomu station. From the Gomu station, we'll be going to the Alaba station. From the Alaba station, we'll end in at the Mile 2 station. We will all disembark at the Mile 2 station because we need to change the platform on our return journey if we're going back to the Marina station. And you can see everything is synchronized, it's been timed. The amount of seconds or minutes is going to stay on each station is known. It's not more than 90 seconds, which is a minute and a half, because it's mass movement. It has to move thousands and thousands of people on both journey, right? So what we're starting with the peak hours movement, and I'm told we'll have a small lay and we'll go on the peak hour again. I think from Lamata's time schedule, they're starting from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock, right? And they will, because it's off peak, they'll wait again till 4 o'clock in the evening, and they'll run the operations again till 7 or 8 o'clock. So for them to be able to gather traffic, because you just don't want to be running an empty, train, so that people get to know it, people get to plan with it, right? And over time, people will now know the scheduling very well, and they can increase and improve their scheduling, as the passenger, passenger traffic increases. We've done a lot of work. We've been doing this advocacy for 6 months. We had to actually pull back, ensure that we've crossed all the T's and dot all the I's. We've done all of the barriers that we need to do. We've put all of the signalizations and all of the signs that will show danger. We've interpreted, doing the communication in various languages, in Yoruba, in Egu, in Igbo. Every of the, of these signs and signals are repeated in different languages so that people will get to know about it. And so we've done all of these things, right? But you can never be over-prepared. But we ensure that everything that is humanly possible, we've done it. And we'll continue to do the advocacy. The red line is going to be completed before the end of this year, by the grace of God. Well, about 95, 96% in all of. So, for the red line, we have over bridges. So we're going to start commissioning the bridges maybe by the end of this month, so that passengers and vehicles can start moving on those bridges from, Ikeja along to Yaba Bridge, to Ebute Metta Bridge, to Mushin Bridge, and all of them. So we're going to open the bridges for vehicles to start moving on top, so that will begin the signalization that red line is coming up. Right, we're almost completing the retrofitting of the trains, and they have also started recruitment of train operators, of train managers, and all of that. Then we will start the unveiling of the various stations themselves. Red line is actually, in my view, actually even bigger than the blue line, right? So it will come. It will certainly come. I'm trying to get everything, all the T's crossed and all the I's dot. We're just finishing in all of the, terminal buildings for the red line. The second phase of the blue line. So the second, they've started actually. They've started from we've awarded the contract from mile 2 all the way to Okokomaiko. And by the grace of God, we will cut the tape in this our administration. It's a smooth journey, less than 30 minutes to and fro, which allows passengers on board to see Lagos from a different view.
In fact, it's everything we've been yearning for asking for. This will bring serious relief to Lagosians when it comes to commuting from one point to another point. The governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, has done fantastically well for putting this project together and making it come to fruition.
From the train station, a lot of people are coming in orderly. It's very beautiful. The ambience, the environment is very conducive as a bus stop or train station. What we can compare to anywhere in the world. So we have our card. Amazing for the first time. You don't need to pay any conductor or anything, and you cash it to enter the gates, and from there orderly to inside the train. You have opportunity to sit down or hang up. A lot of people want to hang up because they want to see the view. Amazingly, the time is going to start the takeoff, and it was a smooth ride. But the amazing thing about it is that a lot of us have not seen the view of Lagos for a long time. The environment is an amazing thing. See this happening in Lagos at this time, and the speed is regulated. But I know it's going to be increased, in a while, but it's still okay for now.
Others at Mile 2 station commend Lagos State government for their iconic project.
This is the first time I'm going to use a train service. I've never used a train service before, so I like it's in terms of convenience. That's what the major problem resolves, right? I like the fact the guys that works in there are very friendly. It's easy for you to make your payments. The ambience is amazing. It's clean, and I'll definitely going to encourage people to utilize the service here. I think working in ambience with the private connection will help, ensure that there's proper maintenance. And we can talk about this because of the BRT services. I'm pretty sure Lamata is the one maintaining BRT service. So I think maintenance will be top-notch between now and the next 5 years.
I want to say a very big thank you to the government of Lagos State for this giant stride. Actually, this is what we talk about when we talk about development. If you go to major cities in the world, you will see what amenities and infrastructures is all about. Today, Lagos has shown that they are a trailblazer in this type of development. If you look at Lagos or other states in Nigeria like Port Harcourt, Abuja, and see what traffic chaotic situation is all about, people wasting man hours on the road, one thing or the other, many disadvantages. You know that the rail system is one of the most modern in the world. And coming with an electric one makes it more efficient and fast. From here to Marina, probably 15-20 minutes, we are through. Unlike when we spend hours. I want to say to the government of the day, Babajide Sanwo-Olu and all his team, even the initiators of this project have done noble.
Few days before the inaugural train operation, the managing director of Lamata takes time to educate the public on the dangers of crossing the rail tracks.
We will be stopping at every station. So this is a terminal station. Mile 2 is a terminal station. At Marina and Mile 2, the trains will be stopping for no more than 5 minutes. This is a metro service. So this is not one that you can be wondering to come on. We will be working to a timetable. That timetable will be available on Lamata's website. That timetable will also be available at every station. When the train gets to any station, it will stop for no more than 90 seconds. So you need to, and this is, it's for us to understand that it is a scheduled service. For us now, we're not running any fast services because we're doing this to ensure that the people are truly familiar with the metro system. All you now need to do is proceed to the gates. You tap, the gates open, you go on. It is only once you've done that you have access to the paid section. So the section that we're standing in is an unpaid section. Once you tap and you get into the section behind me, that's the paid section. You go up, there are escalators, all working, there are lifts, all working for the mobility impaired or for those who just want an easier ride and you don't want to do the exercise of walking up to the platform. Once you get on the platform, please stand behind the tactile paving. The tactile paving says that is where you must stand. Don't go beyond that tactile paving so that you can allow the train to come. When the train comes, the etiquette of boarding a train is that you allow the passengers on the train to come off first. To that end, you may see a locomotive in the front of a rolling stock. That is because that is what we will be using to power for now. After 2 weeks, we will increase the number of services, and all of that information we will put out. But in the next 4 weeks, the locomotive will come off the rolling stock, and that locomotive will be replaced, will come off completely, and the system will be completely electrified. That system, that electric system will come on in 4 weeks. We are using these 4 weeks to allow the electrical systems to be tested, but also to allow us and the passengers to understand how to function around the metro system. So that by the time we're fully energized, everybody should be comfortable around the metro system. Even though we are not utilizing the energy, electric power to power the trains that we're starting with, our tracks will be energized. So the message that do not cross the track is pertinent. Please, under no circumstance should anybody get on the tracks because they are energized. We are just not using it to power the trains for now. When we're doing the testing, they will be energized. So it is important that we must not all the messages that Lamata has been putting out, all the advocacy. From today, we will be on radio, we will be everywhere, we will be on the internet, reiterating what we have been saying for a very long time. Under no circumstance should anybody cross the tracks. Don't from the platform say you want to cross to the other platform and say you want to run across. Please don't do it. There are steps, there are platforms for you to do that. Don't cross the tracks. I cannot emphasize this enough because there is no alternative to life. If you cross the tracks, it will be fatal. So please don't cross the tracks. And I believe that this is the responsible way to introduce an electrified railway system in Lagos by ensuring that we start without full electrification and we graduate into full electrification. So, yet again, don't cross the tracks. Now, when we are starting, like I said, we're starting with 12 trips. But when we get to full ramp up, we will do, even with just our 3 rolling stock sets, we will be doing 76 trips a day. And I'm talking to 1 trip go, 1 trip come. We will do 76 of those because the tracks belong purely to us. We're able to run this service efficiently and effectively, and we have worked out a timetable that is hugely efficient.
The Blue Line Rail is Nigeria's first subnational intracity rail system that will be fully powered by a co-electricity distribution company, an 18-megawatt independent power plant, and an uninterruptible power supply for smooth transport service for Lagosians.